Well, hey guys, today I'm going to show you some finishing options and how to clean them, and also when you've got a bit of a scratch, had a bit of a whoopsie, i.e. you've been using it and you've got a ring on and sometimes it scratches the tapware. So I'm going to start here with the Como, and firstly you want to start on this finish, which is a brushed nickel finish. With these two finishes, they are obviously being brushed. When you clean them, you need to make sure that you have a nice soft rag and cleaning in the same way as the grain. So you can see here, I'll just move it around so you can see there's a little bit of a scratch here. And what I'm going to do also is going to go a little bit abstract and scratch it up just on the side like that. So you can see that that's made a big old scratch there with the Scotch-Brite, which I'd never normally recommend to use. Obviously I'm not in this particular case. I'm doing it for the exercise. So there you go. And if I try and get that off, it's not coming off, as you can see. So I'll just see if I can get the light so you can see that scratch. So what I'm going to do is use a bit of compound here, and let's see if we can get rid of it. We'll just show that again. Right, put a little bit of it on. You can be generous if you like. So you just dab it through like so, and then just softly wipe it over, and it must be the same way as the grain. So as we wipe here, we're just doing it nice and soft, and I'm not putting much pressure on it at all. I'm just literally using the weight, pretty much the weight of my hand, and just going backwards and forwards. So I'm going backwards and forwards like this, and then going up and down like so. So now I've just done it a small amount like that. I'm just going to polish that off, and it will make it nice and shiny, of course. Now you can see here I haven't done much, I haven't put much effort into it, and you can see that the scratches have dissipated a wee bit. So what we're going to do now is we're going to hit it with a bit more pressure. I'd always recommend to just go a little careful when you're doing the first polish. It's better to use a bit more pressure progressively. So let's try it again. I'll just go like that to see if we can see the... Yeah, you can still just see that scratch there. So I'll give it a bit more love, like that. Now you can see that I'm pressing down a bit harder. So let's say the weight of your whole arm rather than just the weight of your hand. So there's a few seconds of it, and that's almost got rid of it. So I'm going to do it yet again. Still got a bit of residue on this rag, so let's just hold it. So you're not going to press down on the cartridge and wreck it. So you're going to hold your hand under here, and you can use one finger with the rag with plenty of polish on, and go the same way as the grain, nice and straight. Don't go that way or any other way. It's going to make a big difference if you do, and you won't. Sometimes you can't get those scratches out. So I'm just putting a little bit of pressure on here, not a huge amount. Like I say, it's probably about the weight of my arm. I'm not really cranking down on it, but I'm just going to give it say about 30 seconds of it. Very similar to getting a scratch out of your car paintwork, actually. Okay, and so now to cut a long story short, I'll just move the camera around here, and we can see, if I just put the handle in the light, you can see that where we were rubbing it from here through to here is pretty much back to its original finish again. Like I say, it will be a bit more shiny than what you're used to if it's an old tap, but it will dull off over time. Very similar to, like I said, polishing your car paintwork, and it just dulls, it mattes over time. So if I just move this handle so you can see what I've done. So you can see I've concentrated from the H and C right through. So that was a big old scratch on there, and it just requires a little bit of time, a bit of patience. And if you've got heavier scratches than that, let me know in the comments below, because it does require a little bit more attention to detail and using something a little bit more harsh, which you can do. There's a couple of different kind of finishes with these types of taps, and some have a clear coat and some don't. The process to polish it out is pretty much the same. sometimes you can get a slightly different result just due to the fact of what kind of compound or polish / cutting compound you use. So hopefully that helps. If you've got any questions, please put them in the comments below, and happy to help and make another video if it's helpful. Thanks and have a great day.